And so as the transfer window has come to an end, I have noticed that we are falling behind the rest of the Premier League. And this season, we are actually only predicted to finish in 10th. And in particular, we've fallen behind in 3 key attributes. And that means that we have to change the tactic. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 24, season 4, here in the Ferguson save, set in the future. And whilst it has been an extremely good start to the season, I think it's because we have been playing against teams which are weaker than ourselves, and also we've had some very fortunate results. And as you can see, we are sitting on top of the league. We have played 5 and we've got 13 points. But I have noticed very lately that we might be struggling in terms of fitness and fatigue already this early in the season. And when I go to look at the squad comparisons, we can see that we have some very serious problems. And if I look at our mentals overall, we are very low on aggression. Although our work rate is not bad, our concentration level is also quite poor. And in fact, it does seem overall, in terms of mentals, that we have fallen behind the rest of the league. Also, our physicals are not as good as they were, and technically, we are not as good a team as we used to be. And in particular, our passing seems to have got worse over the last transfer window. And so as a result, in the Premier League this season, we are only predicted to finish in 10th. We are 50-1 to win the title. And having done so well over the last few years and looking at how the team are deteriorating at the moment, it's probably because we have tried to hang on to what we consider to be our star players rather than letting them go and getting better players into the squad. It's that fear of losing your best players for not enough money that has been holding me back. I have to take full responsibility for this, and I think, given fatigue levels, we're about to go into a period of decline. With that in mind, we've had to change the tactic. We are not going to be playing a pressing game anymore. With concentration levels not being great, aggression levels not being great, I don't think that this team is capable of playing a pressing game. And so what we are going to do is just hold our shape. We're going to slow the game down now, and we will play a much shorter passing game. We're going to lower the tempo. One of the things we are good at is that we are good at dribbling. So I want the guys to run at the defense. And out of position, we're going to play with a higher defensive line because we do have acceleration at the back. But I'm going to play with a low block. We need to be defensively solid. And of course, I'm not going to be playing with a high trigger press because we're just not capable of playing with that kind of intensity. And so we have made major changes to the setup here, and I hope that I haven't made an absolute blunder by doing this, but I am concerned. We've been very lucky of late because we've played teams lower down in the table than us, and also we are getting very, very fatigued, and we're looking quite sloppy on the pitch at the moment. And today we will be playing 2 games. We will be playing in the Premier League first at home to Brentford, who are struggling at the foot of the table, and then we will be playing our opening game in the European Champions League. But let's have a look at what has been happening on the pitch since you were last with us. And in the last episode, you saw us beating Burnley by 3-2 after going 3-0 up. And that gave me cause for concern because we gave away 2 goals late on, and perhaps that was an indication that players are getting tired. And then we had a very good away victory at Wolves, a 3-0 victory. But we were 3-0 up at half-time, and I reduced the tempo a lot, and we just didn't add to our score, we just held on. But it was a very good victory away at Wolves. And then away at Arsenal, we had a 1-1 draw. I thought we were very fortunate to come away with anything in that game. Arsenal simply tore us apart, but their finishing was extremely poor. And then we had a 3-0 home victory at Aston Villa. Again, in the second half, I had to drop the passing range. I had to drop the tempo. We had to close up the shop in the second half. But we did well, and we came away with a 3-0 victory. And then, the luckiest result of all, we beat Sheffield United by 2-1. Sheffield United, playing at about 200 miles an hour, absolutely ripped into us. And I think we were very, very fortunate to come away with anything out of that game. And at the end of all that, we are top of the Premier League. But we are now going to start our Champions League campaign. And I do worry that this team does not have the necessary aggression or concentration or work rate. It doesn't have the necessary physical attributes in order to compete at this level and playing this many games. We do have a very difficult game against Brentford. We will then play Dinamo Zagreb today, and I hope that these two games we're going to get good results using this new system. We are in a particularly tough group in this Champions League season. We will next play Rangers, then we will of course have Bayern Munich, and then Inter, Alanyaspor, and then Slavia Prague, followed by Barcelona and Atletico Madrid to finish. It's not going to be an easy group, but I think there are some points up for grabs, and I hope that we can make it to the playoffs this season. However, I am very concerned about our league form and how our league form is going to be affected. There was no movement in the transfer window, but I do remember that I missed out on 2 pieces of information last time. And I did make one signing before the transfer window opened, and I did mention him last time. We brought in Wilson Kamara from Benfica for £18.5 million. He is a good player. He's a fullback who has extremely good mentals, lacks aggression a little bit, but the rest of his mentals are extremely good. He has very good physicals, and I think he's going to develop into quite a good technical player. I think he is a good player, and I'm going to rely on him quite a lot over the coming season. And then, as you remember, we sold our backup goalkeeper, but I didn't mention bringing in a replacement. Well, we didn't bring in a replacement. We brought in Tegan Dreher. He came in from our reserve team. I actually found him lounging around there in the under-21s. I think he's a decent backup goalkeeper. He lacks distribution skills. He lacks aggression and bravery. But I think for a 21-year-old, he has good aerial reach. He has pretty decent reflexes for his age, and he's physically not a bad player. He's 6'3", so I think he'll probably do a good job as the backup goalkeeper for a couple of seasons, and who knows, we may have to get rid of Götze in the coming season, so he may well end up being our first team goalkeeper. I'm looking for players now who will develop, who have the potential to develop, and not just remaining static. So Dreher comes in as our backup goalkeeper. But right now, I think it's time to go and play against Brentford. Let's get this show on the road. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Brentford is Götze in goal with Kamara, Muntian, Reguan, Allen at the back, Belmonte, Fortes and Zaprapoulis in midfield. Puk, Neil and Wilden will play up front. We have had to change the way that we are playing, and so I hope that this is going to be the correct way. The intensity level that we are playing at now is a lot lower, and I hope it's the right thing to do. I don't feel very optimistic given that we are going into this very, very busy period, and I think we are going to be very fortunate to get results out of these games coming up. I hope I'm wrong, but this is the way that I see that it's going. I think we just got to go out there, do our best. We are at home here today. We have to play in a positive fashion, and hopefully we can get a result here today. We do know that Brentford will look to exploit the flanks, and we need to be making sure that there's no crosses coming in, that we are able to deal with all the crosses that do come into the box. I'm playing with a lower line. We are playing at a much slower tempo. We need to preserve energy through this game, and hopefully this is the right way to do. The only strength, as far as I can see, that we have is our dribbling skills, and I want the boys to run at the defence and hopefully create problems at the back for them by using the only strength that we have. And here is Pook. Pook is looking to break down the left wing. Now, will he dribble at the defender? Can he get the ball to someone in support? Yes, he finds Allen. Allen into Belmonte. Belmonte takes a shot. It's deflected. It comes back to Belmonte and he fires it over the crossbar. And it's a good start. And we've done what we should be doing. We look the better team at the moment. We're dominating possession. Our defensive line is solid and our passing is good. And so maybe we've made the right call here as Pook looks to break again down the left. He is going to try to get past his man, hopefully, but Wilden's in space and Wilden can't put it away. And we have noticed that Wilden is not at his best at the moment. And when he does find space, he's not taking his chances. Maybe 1 in 4, and that's not good enough for the likes of Wilden. I expect more from him. And here is Fortes. Fortes pinches the ball in midfield, finds Zaprapoulis. We are dominating Brentford at the moment. I'm hoping we can put this domination to good use and score some goals here in the first half. Fortes looks over the top for Wilden, and again, Wilden can't find the end product, and it remains Norwich 0, Brentford 0, but we've had all the game and we are pretty solid at the back, it has to be said. Playing this low block means that it's going to be difficult for Brentford, and here's a chance for Jay Neal. Jay Neal is in, and Jay Neal has made it 1-0, and I think it's absolutely deserved. What a strike from Jay Neal. And I wonder, have I made the right call here? We need to slow the game down. We are not aggressive enough. We don't work hard enough, basically. And we have to be we cannot play with a high intensity. Our passing is not good enough to play with a high intensity passing game. We have to slow everything down, make sure our passing finds their man. And there's a ball over the top, but Gotts has easily got that covered. And that is the standard defensive line, making sure that they cannot pop these balls over the top. They're not renowned for being able to produce long balls over the top, and it is actually, there are quite a lot of highlights going on here, and it's because I'm in comprehensive highlights. Let's pop that into key highlights, and then hopefully we'll get a better picture of the game. And so at the moment it's Norwich 1, Brentford 0. We've made a good start, we've controlled the ball, we've had the better chances, and we've scored the only goal of the game. And hopefully it will continue in this vein, and we are probably going to stay fitter than Brentford because we are not playing very intensive with a high intensity. And Belmonte looks for Zaprapoulis. Zaprapoulis in space looks all the way back to Belmonte. Belmonte's pass is poor, and the highlight comes to an end, and Brentford look to break. We do have numbers back, but we need to win this ball, and Brentford look very dangerous on the counter-attack, and they have a chance, and we need to be very careful about that. Holding shape is what is going to make sure that we are good against the counter-attack, but that was poor. We gave the ball away, and I'm not too happy with Belmonte for his contribution there. And he isn't having a bad game at the moment. We don't need to talk to him at the moment, but if he continues to do that, we might need to have a word with him. But at the moment, it's still Norwich 1, Brentford 0. There's only 15 minutes gone, and hopefully we will get a second before half-time. I need that second as Belmonte looks for Neal. Neal to Wilden. Wilden's in. Wilden makes it 2. Brilliant goal. The referee is going to check for offside. I have a funny feeling that he might have gone too early. It was a beautiful pass by Neal, and the goal has been disallowed. Wilden is not exactly playing very well. I think I'm going to have a word with Wilden. I'm going to tell him to concentrate. I'm going to tell him to focus a little bit more. He has not been in the greatest of form. He seemed uninterested by the feedback, and I hope that he's going to improve, and I probably need to tell him again. And if he doesn't improve, he's going to be taken off the pitch, because he's had 3 very good chances, and at the moment it's Norwich 1, Brentford 0, but we are not doing very well. And can I speak to Wilden again? Yes, I'm going to fire him up. I really need him to be playing well today, and if he's not interested, he's going to have to come off the pitch. He is composed now, so second team talk might have done something for him, but unfortunately he's not playing very well at the moment. He's only on a 6.4. It might be that we're going to see Maliti in the second half, and at the moment Brentford are actually the better team, and they are bursting through here. They have scored. It's Norwich 1, Brentford 0. This is an example of us having low concentration, and I think we need to tell the whole team that they've got to buck up, that they've got to focus a little bit more. That was poor, and now it's 1-1. And defensively, the last 15 minutes we have not looked good, and we're letting them in. We're letting them counter-attack, and I'm not quite sure what I can do about this. It's these balls over the top that are causing us problems. They are going to have a rocket at half-time. I'm not too happy. But as we approach half-time, it's not going very well, and we need to sort this out. So I think we should get off to the dressing room now and have a word with these boys. And so we've told them that this is simply not acceptable. I have taken off Lewis Wilden. He's on a 6.3 already. He's not focused. He's not playing very well. And Maliti will come on for a game that hopefully he will make a contribution in. At the moment, we're still top of the league. We have 14 points from our 6 games. But this draw will not be acceptable. Home to Brentford, if this will not be good enough. We've dominated the match, we just haven't put our chances away, and as we're coming up to the 60th minute, it might be time to make some other changes. I hope that we're going to get this winning goal. Let's go and make some changes. And so we have made our 5 changes, and hopefully we will hopefully get a result here. I don't feel very good about what is going on in this team at the moment, in this squad, and we've given away a penalty, have we? We're going to lose this game because we've now given away a penalty. I had a funny feeling that we're going into a period of decline. We've now given away a penalty, and we're going to probably lose this game. Penalty is awarded. I'm not really happy with the team. If we lose this at home to Brentford, this will be a shocking result. Brentford, who are in 18th. They've only had 3 attempts on goal. 4 will make... Oh, and it has been saved by Gotts. And I really am not happy with this team, but we are maintaining. I think we need to go attacking now. I think we need to get a result here. We're going to put our fullbacks on attack. We're going to get bodies high up the pitch if we can, and try and attack Brentford, try to create some openings. We'll put Belmonte on a support duty and try to get higher up the pitch and try to create some problems. Brentford are coming back into the game. We need to be better than what we're doing, and we are fitter than Brentford, I think, but we're not really. Brentford are pretty fit. They must have good stamina, and at full time it's Norwich 1, Brentford 0. This is not a very good result, and I'm really not happy with the boys, and I'm going to make sure that they know that. And so that was not a good start to the episode, and it's only unfortunately a 1-1 draw. However, the other teams around us have not performed particularly well, and Tottenham Newcastle failed to take advantage. Newcastle did win by 2-1. Tottenham drew with Manchester City, so we remain top of the league, but I'm not very happy at all. And now we have to get this team ready for our first game of the Champions League. We will be at home to Dinamo Zagreb. We have to win this game. We have to win probably 2 of our first 3 games in order to do well in the Champions League. I think now just go and get the team ready. We have a game in a few days' time. I'll get them ready. We'll see you just before the start of the match. And so the team for today, in what is now a very, very big game for me, is Gotts in goal, with Muntian, Lee, Silva and Allen at the back. Sutherland, Fortes and Zaprapoulis in midfield. Pook, Neal and Wilden will play up front. We need those front three to have a big game today, especially Wilden. And I think we need to be telling Wilden that his game was not good enough last time and that we need to have a much better performance with him. This is a match we should be winning. Let's go out there and make sure that we do. We need a strong defence. We need to dominate the midfield, and we're looking for us to provide an edge in attack. So let's get out there, boys. Let's win this one. Let's get a good start in the Champions League. And at the moment it is a pretty slow start. We've dominated the possession, but we haven't created any chances. But we do have a free kick. And here is Muntian. Muntian looking inside for Fortes. A lot of this team are playing again from Saturday. They need to play a lot better. And that's a poor pass, but he has picked it up again. And here's Sutherland. Sutherland finds Lee. Lee all the way back to Andrade Silva. Silva looking for Allen. This is nice. It's patient. It's calm. Zaprapoulis. Can he get a ball into the box? He looks for Muntin. Muntin with a chance, and it's over the crossbar, I think, from Pook. What a chance that was. We're creating opportunities. Again, we're not putting them away. It's always a concern when you don't score goals. We have to look at that big time. Why are we not scoring goals? Maybe Wilden is being tight marked. Maybe we need to be changing the way Wilden plays. He's not playing very well at the moment, Wilden, and maybe it's because he's not being given any space by these teams. But at the moment, it's Norwich who are dominating the match. However, we are not creating chances on target. We do have another chance, and here's Zaprapoulis. He finds Muntin. Muntin checks, and he looks inside, finds Fortes. Fortes on a yellow card. We might have to do something about Fortes. Here's Fortes again, loses control, but all the way back to Silva. Silva finds Allen. Allen with the ball over the top finds J. Neal, and J. Neal finally has broken the deadlock. But are they offside? Was him and Wilden offside? The referee is going to check VAR. Is it going to be a goal? Is it going to be disallowed? It's disallowed, unfortunately. Another offside goal. And we're still not playing very well. It's horrible looking at this team at the moment. Yeah, he was just offside by a whisker. And it's an indication that things are not right. And we need somehow to try and solve these problems. But we do have a problem. We do have a highlight, and we have many, many problems. Muntin, who seems to be having a good game on the right there. Sutherland with the ball into the box, and J. Neal has put it in. And is he going to be given offside again? He looked again like he was offside. This is absolutely dreadful to watch. If this is offside, then we are. No, it has been awarded this time. For a minute, it looked to me like he was offside again. Zaprapoulis and Muntin combined fed Sutherland. Sutherland's ball into the box, and J. Neal, just quick as a flash, volleyed it into the corner. It's Norwich 1, Dinamo Zagreb 0. It's a game we should be comfortably winning this. We're not at the moment, and I'd like to see a few more goals on the score sheet before the end of play here today. And here is Zaprapoulis with a free kick in towards the far post. It's headed out, comes to Pook. Pook, he's looking to drive forward but can't get forward. Looks for Muntin. Muntin's having a very decent game. He's very much involved on that right-hand side. Looks back for Lee. Lee to Zaprapoulis, into Allen, and I think it's gone in, and it's John Allen again. He scored in the last episode. He has scored again. John Allen from fullback. It is a very rare thing for John Allen to be scoring goals. I did swap over the attacking duties for the fullbacks, and John Allen has now gone to the attacking fullback. Muntin, who's not a very aggressive, forward-thinking player, we've decided to give him the player trait of stay back and so we've swapped over the attacking duties, and John Allen has gone and popped one in again. Second episode on the trot. He's got Norwich's second goal. It's Norwich 2, Dinamo Zagreb 0. And we're comfortable, but I'd like to see some more goals going in before the end of this match. And here is Silva. We shouldn't be playing it out from the back, but we do look like we are. And he finds Pook. Pook finds Allen. Allen having a very good game. Both fullbacks, I think, are playing reasonably well. And here's Lee. Lee finds Sutherland. Sutherland to Jay Neal. Jay Neal with the ball over the top. Come on, Wilden. Wilden has made it 3. Finally, Wilden has got his goal. And I think it's time to praise Wilden. We're going to give him some praise. We needed him to do that today. Well done, Wilden. But he didn't take to the praise very well. He's got a bit complacent now. But we will firing him up again. But what a strike. What a ball again over the top. And now it's Norwich 3, Dinamo Zagreb 0. He's actually gone back to being a little bit more focused. He's actually delighted after the feedback now. So he'd got complacent when he scored by praising him. He is now delighted after the feedback. And I think we've done extremely well. And I think we need to show everyone that what they think of us as a team is justified. And do I need to speak as to individuals? I don't think so. I think we'll just talk to them as a group of players, and we'll just tell them, keep going, you've got the ability to put this game away. And we'll tell them all to keep going. And so it's time to get on with the second half. And so far so good. It's 3-0 and we've done very, very well. What we don't want to do is let Zagreb into the game. They haven't been in the game at all, and we need to be very, very focused. And I think I might tell the team to stay focused at some point, but only if Zagreb start to look like they're coming back into the game. And here is Jay Neal. Jay Neal looking to run at the defence. He's doing very, very well. He's going down the right, looks back, finds Sutherland. Sutherland with the ball inside. Fortes has a look around, finds John Allen. Allen all the way back to Silva. This is nice patient build-up again. And here is Allen. Allen looking to get the ball into the box. Here is Wilden, and Wilden hits it straight at the goalkeeper. It remains 3-0. We're doing very well, and hopefully we're going to keep doing it, and we've gone 4-0 up, and it's Allen again. John Allen has scored another one. The referee is checking for offside, a potential offside. I'm just checking to see we're in key highlights, which we are. Is it offside? The goal is awarded. John Allen has got his second goal of the game. Zaprapoulos' corner was headed onto the crossbar. I'm not even sure what John Allen is doing in there, but he's not supposed to be in there. But he is, and he's bagged his second goal. We are now 4-0 up, and I think we've put this game to bed. But I want the boys to remain focused. I want them to really go at this team. I'd like to get more goals if we can. And Fortes looks for Pook. Pook looking outside for Allen. Allen, who's having a great game. He's won the ball. Coming forward. Can he get a ball into the box now? Again, running at the defence. This new way of playing looks okay. And here's Pook in the box. Can't get his shot away. Muntean on the right. Looking again to run at the defence. And this may be the way forward for this team. Muntean into the box. There's a chance. Jay Neal has made it 5-0 now. We are romping away with this. I feel a lot better about this team at the moment, because I think the change in tactic means that we are preserving energy. We're giving a lot of goals away in the second half of games. We had to stop pressing. We were not capable of pressing. Although this is a game we should be winning comfortably, it is comfortable, and I'm happier that the boys seem to be responding to the new way of playing. It might take them a few games to get used to it, but if we can preserve our energy, over the next months, then it might put us in a good spot with the Champions League going on. But here comes Zagreb, and that's exactly what I was afraid of. And this is absolutely dreadful. They have pulled one back. And what I need to actually be doing now is shout at the boys and telling them to focus. We don't have the best concentration levels, and they all need to concentrate. This game is not over. If they lose their concentration, then they will get punished. And they're all feeling a bit overwhelmed by the feedback, but that's the way it is. You've got to focus, remain focused for 90 minutes. And here comes John Allen again. John Allen bursting down the left, looks for a ball in the box, and Wilden has made it 6-1. And now I think we're out of sight. What a strike, a volley by Wilden. Good cross. Pook found John Allen, who's having an outstanding game. He turned, put the cross in, and Wilden volleyed it in. And it is now Norwich 6, Dinamo Zagreb 1. John Allen is on a 9.5. He's having an absolutely storming game. I think now it's time to rest some players for the weekend. Let's go and make some changes. And so we have made our changes, and we have been able to rest some boys. We are still looking like we have a ton of energy left. That's the idea of this. Slow the game down completely, preserve energy, and hopefully go on and win games. And although it was a struggle against Brentford, I suppose there's going to be a bedding in period. And that was a good save by Götze from the free kick. Dinamo Zagreb are still coming at us. They might be 6-1 down, but they haven't given this game up. And I'll be very annoyed if we give away more goals in this game. It's not something we should be doing. Well claimed by Götze. Let's get this ball up the box, up the field, and let's score some more goals before the end of play. We are at the moment sitting in second place. Atletico de Bilbao, I think that is, are top. They're beating Slavia Prague by 6-0. We are 6-1 up against Dinamo Zagreb. It's about as good a start as you could hope for in the Champions League. We'll take this any day of the week. It's an absolutely lovely performance. And yes, 6-1, better than I had expected. Nice work, everyone. I wasn't really expecting this. I wasn't expecting such a good performance at this point. And we are sitting in second at the moment, although there is only one game gone. And there is a lot of games yet left to be played. And in the schedule, we have Wigan and Leeds in the Premier League. We will play Brentford in the EFL Cup third round. Another example where you're playing a team in the Cup that you've only just recently played. That has not been resolved, that issue. And then we'll play Rangers in the Champions League. And then it's going to be all tough after that. And I think what we'll do is we'll come back for the Chelsea game and the Bayern Munich game. Bayern Munich, always a big occasion for this Norwich team. So we'll come back when things are getting a little bit tougher, I think. And that's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel, you like FM content, you love to see people suffer playing this game, then why not? Hit that like button, consider subscribing, and help us to support the very good cause that you can see scrolling up above. This channel has been set up to support the British Heart Foundation. And that's it for this video. All that remains to be said now is we will see you in the next episode.